Hello, everybody. It's been a little while since I feel like I say that every time. So you know what? I'm not gonna say it this time. I'm not gonna make excuses about making videos in the future. I feel like people watch the first 10 seconds and then boom, they don't ever watch the rest of the video. So it's very, very difficult to continue making videos with little to no enthusiasm. I've made close to 150. So I'm in a limbo situation where there's things I want to talk about, but I don't I don't know if like there will ever be a time when I will have things to talk about. So, anyways, I'm gonna be making a few more videos like periodically. In the next couple months we'll try some things out. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Those are the only days I have off now. Now that I work a lot of hours. Those are the only 2 days I have off. So those are the only 2 days I can really make videos about stuff. Anyways, something about Mary. Now, we haven't done a VHS, like, rewind thing in a while. But I thought it'd be different if I did a comedy. Because I think Heist was, heist movie. Out of Time, that lovely movie. That one was kind of like a thriller. And then Tombstone, that was more like the old shoot 'em up western. And Jurassic Park was, well, it's Jurassic, it's Park. So I think this one's more, of a comedy. I mean, you could just kind of look on the back of the box and you could just see how ridiculous it is. For some reason, too, this one came with, like, Spanish subtitles. Don't know what's going on there. It's pretty damn funny, though. It's funny because my grandparents had suggested, oh, this is pretty funny, and they suggested this a long time ago. And I didn't really get to see this while they were still here, but to tell them about it. But I'm glad I still got to see it. But it's like, so the whole premise, I guess, is that this guy, we kind of see him like in the 80s in like San Francisco Bay Area, kind of, because Ben Stiller's from this area, I guess. A lot of his movies are like that. We see him and Cameron Diaz in the past, and they kind of have this romance thing in high school, and then things go kind of crazy, and the next thing you know, next thing you know, he's in a situation where he's in a bathroom, right? And this is after her brother, who has a mental disability, kind of just like almost strangles him because, he touched his head and he didn't like that. And, the dad's already screwing with him. And like, there's some jokes that I was like, oh, okay, for like, what, 2000 or 1998? That's pretty crazy. I mean, I didn't think people made jokes like that. But anyways, goes right in, he gets his, wiener stuck like in a door, or in like a window somehow. Like, I don't even know how to describe that situation, but the fire department shows up, and the next thing you know, just everything goes insane. It's by far one of the funniest scenes in the movie. It's just so random. and then he hasn't thought about this woman in a while, and there's this bald guy that was in a show on Adult Swim called like Hawkeye Detective, or it's a really weird western thing. I don't know what the hell it was, but he's in this movie, and he later turns out to be kind of a scummy guy, right? Everyone loves this woman. Like, we have Brett Favre for, I don't know. We have this guy, they keep doing the eavesdropping thing. This dog ends up on like crack at one point and then like jumps out of a window, or like they throw it out a window because it was like attached to, like, yet again, I don't know what's with Ben Stiller in movies, but he always gets attacked in like the groin. later in the movie, the funniest thing ever was when he brings this guy that's like a he's like a hitchhiker, right? You know, and I guess it's against the law to hitchhike, right? And he has this bag with him, and all of a sudden he's like, "Yo, like I'm gonna just basically ditch this guy to the next rest stop." So he goes to the next rest stop, and then out of nowhere he trips onto this guy's crotch, like as he's getting, a BJ. Like I said, this movie is very graphic. Like it's very rated R. So I'm surprised my grandparents thought it was funny. But anyways, they he gets caught by the cops and everything, and they just start questioning him, and he thinks it's because like he was having a hitchhiker, so like he thinks, oh, and they start asking him questions like, oh yeah, so how many hitchhikers, he thinks they're basically asking how many hitchhikers have you picked up, and basically in the movie he's like, oh, but it turns out the hitchhiker was actually a murderer, so in reality, like, they think that he's actually the person that's murdering people, because they found the body the body bag that he had, they thought that he was killing people. So it was just too funny that they kept thinking that he was the one, and he just kept having these questions that were, like, geared towards the hitchhiker thing. He goes, I don't even know why I did it sometimes, I think I just did it just for fun, I was bored. And then, like, the cop, like, slammed his head on the desk. It's, like, it's so random, and the schemes that, that this guy, Ben Stiller and Matt Dillon have, is pretty funny. I would highly recommend this movie, to be honest. It actually, the tape itself, works pretty decent. I guess it came from like Abby's or something. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, it actually worked pretty well. Didn't have any problems too much, went in and out. I did have little problems finicking with it for a second, but it actually played, which is not, some of the VHSs that we'll get into later. Boy, did they have problems. Like, I think Finding Forrester is like, there was these bars, and I'm like, damn, like, I had to shove, like, a pencil on there and, like, try to, yeah. Well, we'll get into that once we get into that movie. But this movie, like, I'm not gonna go through the whole movie, but, I was not expecting that. It felt a little weird. Like, it just felt like there wasn't much, like, I felt like there needed to be more story, like, an actual plot with the comedy. But I guess that's asking for too much, It's just great to see, I guess, Ben Stiller getting his ass kicked. He got his ass kicked like 9 times in this movie. Like I said, the bald guy from the Adult Swim show shows up and ends up being a scumbag. Ends up actually being the person that Cameron Diaz's character used to go out with. Mary, That's I guess an easy name to remember. But yeah, not a bad movie. I would say it's like 75% for a comedy. That's pretty high to me. Actually more like 77, but I really want to do a video about Parasite and the Mac Miller Circles album. So I might try to do those videos on Thursday if I have time, which doesn't seem like I have a lot of that anymore. And then the 28th, I'll make a video that day too. It's a Friday. I'm not usually going to do that, but I don't have school that day. So I feel free to make a video because I have more time before work. So that's what's going on, and see you guys next time.